Stille, Geshe-la.
Geshe Dele, hello. Happy Chotul Duchen.
Geshe-la, Geshe-la is still muted.
Oh, muted? Oh, can you hear? Can you hear me? Can? No?
Maybe it's my end, Geshe-la.
Uh, my one is unmute.
We're trying Geshe-la.
Hello, hello, hello.
Should work, I
Mm.
think.
Hi,
Geshe-digle, Geshe-la. Happy Shoto Duchen, Geshe-la. Thank you
happy
so,
Chotul
so
Duchen.
much for
Geshe
joining us, but
Dele.
we can't hear Geshe-la.
You still can't hear? I think the others can hear, isn't it? Yeah, it seems like others can hear.
Oh, it's just my volume, Geshe-la. Oh, Geshe-la, how will I ever become enlightened if I don't even know how to make the volume loud? Tashidele, everybody, welcome to Tushita's Big Days. So we had 15 wonderful days of the Days of Miracles, and today is, of course, the big day, Chittagye, the full moon day, and we have a very, very special teacher today, Geshe Tenzin Zopa, and we are so honored and delighted to have Geshe-la on this very special day with us at Tushita. We are so honored, Geshe-la, that I'm sure you have so many commitments today with so many centers that you also chose Tushita to come on this day. Thank you so, so much, Geshe-la.
Thank you, Venerable Kumpela. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Geshe-la. And I think everybody who is here already, knows Geshe-la very well. So I just a very quick introduction, Geshe-la. So Geshe-la was born in Zoom Valley in Nepal, and then entered, Kopa Monastery first, and later on Sarah Monastery, became a Geshe, and has been teaching all around the world tirelessly for so many years, the last 20 years. And of course, Geshe-la was the main disciple of Lama Konchok, a very esteemed practitioner from the Zoom area. And I think many of you are familiar with the Unmistaken Child, which was made of Geshe-la's search for his precious master, and so inspired so many thousands of students all around the world. Thank you so much, Geshe-la. And I think, yeah,
Tujiche, thank you.
now
Tujiche,
may I
Venerable Kumpela.
try to make an
Uh,
attempt of a mandala offering, Geshe-la?
sure, we can do that.
Dashi Pöki
Oye, George, Mendo, Tam, Reda, Blessing, and the Jimba, the Sangi, Shindu,
Sangye Zingdu Mi Wai
Hindu,
Nam Tak Sing La Chupa
Mana, Sho, Ye, Dam, Guru, Menda, Kamni, Antaya, Me. Yeah, first of all, many auspicious and meaningful uh, Buddha's Miracle Day to everybody. I see, of course, Venerable Kumbhen La. I also see Most Venerable Selina La, and yeah, there are many others who are participating this session. So very meaningful to be with you all. Yeah. So then, in order to, on top of the day itself is so blessed. Day itself is a consecrated day, a blessed day, a chosen day by the Buddha to perform uh, among numberless deeds, enlightened deeds. There are 8 major deeds. Within the 8 major deeds, there are 4 major deeds. and the Buddha's miracle, which falls on the first month of the Indian or Tibetan calendar. So that is the one of the four major deeds, which regarded it carried the benefit of any virtues we perform, it multiplied 100 million times. So therefore, on top of that, if we engage with the altruistic motivation, that will be even more, more meaningful. The virtues that we accumulate in relation to altruism, it is limitless. Very much the virtue reach out to entire rest of the numberless sentient beings. And the benefit from this very now, from the temporary benefit up to the ultimate benefit of enlightenment. So in that way, that itself, the merit that we accumulate going to be immeasurable. And on top of that, due to the merit multiplying day, those immeasurable virtues and the merit will multiply each one of them 100 million times. So can you imagine? This is unbelievable, so fortunate. So before we start the actual talk, first we refresh our refuge in Buddha Dharma Sangha. Then on the basis of that, reinforce the altruistic motivation. Then we pay salutation to Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, remembering Buddha's immeasurable kindness, revealing the Dharma. Then after that, pay salutation to lineage gurus in order to drive the spiritual blessing in the quickest way into our spiritual mind stream. Sangye Jodang Zoge Jonang La Janju Badu Dane Jasunje Daje Jinzoge Be Sonamge Dola Penje Sangye Duvarai Sangye Jodang Zoge Jonang La Janju Badu Dane Jasunje Daje Jinzoge Be Sonam Dola Penje Sangye Duvarai Sho Sangye Jodang Zoge Jonang La Janju Badu Dane Jasunje Dagi jinso jebe sonamji dola benje sanje ndu barai sho. Gangi duze ne so ne dawa tamje bambe chere tambe chene ten zepen kodam de la cha tse. Doni ninje sondo jube lama tseje zenje kaje tende chana be mo ten zen kya so wa de so da ju jinje. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. So today I was given a topic. Yeah, teaching about the kindness of our precious Guru, story about Rinpoche, and guiding in practice for Rinpoche's quick return, and more of the session to do dedication of those immeasurable meritorious deeds that organize, through Tushita Retreat Center throughout these 15 days of Buddha's miracle. So first of all, I would like to express few words in relation to remembering the kindness of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. In relation to the kindness that we receive in relation to Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, it is surpass any blessing in connection to rest of the Buddhas of the past, present, and future, and the Buddhas of the thousand fortunate eons. Due to ourselves being in the time of five degeneration, regarded the human being of this time is one of most difficult to tame due to the degenerations in relation to those are the five factors, including our emotion and our existence, the life, the distractions, etc. So when the thousand fortunate Buddhas who take turn to descend to the world to reveal the Dharma, and during this period, none of the Buddhas ready to turn the wheel of Dharma except Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. So from that point of view, Shakyamuni Buddha surpassed his kindness in relation to rest of the numberless Buddhas. And not only that, even the thousand fortunate Buddhas eventually will descend. Already earlier, three fortunate Buddhas was already came into this world. So not all the Buddhas will reveal the complete Dharma of both Sutra and Tantra. It regarded that Shakyamuni Buddha, then most likely Maitreya Buddha, then the last one, the final one, understood that will reveal the complete Dharma of Sutra and Tantra. So ourselves having the karma to exist in this precious human form within this period, the period of Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching, and he have revealed the complete teachings of the three baskets, and on top of that, Tantra. And not only that, illustrated the teaching, which is relatable to any level of our capability, such as like Lama Tsongkhapa illustrated in Lamrim, the teachings of the three capable beings path. Anyone who aspire for liberation and enlightenment, anyone who aspire to engage in Buddha's teaching, definitely, we will fall within either of these three categories of the capable beings. Then on top of that, if one's courage and intelligence and the diligence is there, then there's also a sweet path of the complete Tantra, including of the Anuttara Yoga Tantra, which Buddha revealed the technique, such as the generation and completion stages of the path. By practicing that, even before experience the transition, experiencing the death, if we manage within this very cushion, there are potential in us, and as well as the tool of the Dharma of the true stages of the path is there. So from that point of view, Shakyamuni Buddha is, again surpassed kindness in revealing the complete Dharma and the sweetest path. Then on top of that, the general antidote to the entirety of the negation, which is the wisdom of emptiness. One of the most clearest illustration by Guru Shakyamuni Buddha in Paramita Sutra. Again, it regarded in comparison to the teaching in relation to other Buddhas, even who will reveal the teaching on emptiness. We have the fortune to have the uh, the easiest illustration to understand the most profound the Dharma, the wisdom of emptiness. And then on top of that, in the teaching on the altruistic attitude, the bodhicitta, which is one of the most precious attitude that one can be developed, without which, enlightenment won't be possible, even if we have the wisdom of emptiness. And again, Guru Shakyamuni Buddha revealed the technique, like such as the 7 cause and effect, 4-point self-exchanging, even though the lineage traced back to Maitreya and Manjushri, but Shakyamuni Buddha illustrated that in the Paramita Sutra. And again, the root, the teaching of this altruistic training also revealed by Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. And he illustrated that with extensive teaching in relation to many volumes of Paramita Sutras. So from by learning and training into that, give us the opportunity, to have all the conditional causes to achieve full enlightenment, not a partial liberation, but most perfected enlightenment, most perfected liberation. So from that point of view, again, Guru Shakyamuni Buddha surpassed the kindness among all the 3 times Buddhas of the 3 times. Yeah. So then, within the environment, the reachable environment, like for us, even to those of the holy places, the Buddha performed the deeds, and those material to practice is available, within our reachable environment. If this teaching, if ourselves were born in other time, even though we may be born in this southern world, but maybe there are possibilities that we may not meet this teaching. So again, this is the blessings of the Guru Shakyamuni Buddha in relation to the precious human rebirth that we have. So from that point of view, again, Shakyamuni Buddha surpassed his compassion and kindness, specifically creating those interdependent causes from the Buddha his own side. When he was training on the path, he aspired to bring the benefit of the Dharma, benefit of liberation to those fortunate beings like us in this manner. So without which, even meeting the teachings of the Shakyamuni Buddha won't be possible. No question about not encountering the rest of the environment that I was talking about. All these are blessings of the Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, that he made such aspiration when he was training on the path, you see. So like that. So therefore, due to that, then there are so many blessed days that we have opportunity to accumulate, huge amount of merit in a so easy way, like such as the Buddha's miracle month, like this month, especially during these 15 days of time like this. Now, secondly, to remember the kindness of the lineage gurus, like such as His Holiness Dalai Lama. The fortunate that we have is so fortunate that the compassionate Buddha himself exists among us in the living guru form and revealing the Dharma nectar, in abundance, and also complete Dharma nectar. The knowledge on the 3 baskets of the teachings and Sutra and Tantra, and giving us the direct transmissions of the three higher trainings, practice of three higher trainings, and those of the precepts. One of the definitions of precious human rebirth, defined by having the life that have the opportunity to practice the three vows, three precepts, such as individual liberation precepts, Bodhisattva precepts, tantric precepts. But in order for us to practice that, we need the transmission of those precepts. And very much, even though we may have received these transmissions from various gurus, but each and every one of them, their lineage trace back to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And without His Holiness himself, throughout the life, extensively, preserving the Dharma through extensive learning and extensive practice and extensive preserving the commitments in order to carry the qualification to pass down all the transmissions of initiations, transmissions of like such as blessings, oral transmissions, transmissions of the precepts. We won't have those lineages to be able to practice. His Holiness being in entire his lifetime among us as a perfect Vajraguru who carries all the 10 qualities that describes in the Mahayana Sutra by Maitreya. And the 10 qualities of the Vajra Master, 10 qualities of the because of the 10 qualities of the Vajra Master, we have the opportunity to receive those lineage so that we can practice them. As I mentioned before, even though we may receive different initiations from different lamas, but their lineage trace back to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. If His Holiness is not there, if he didn't preserve the Dharma intact with the lineages, we may not be able to have that stream of lineage. See, so then not only that, in order to pass down the Bodhisattva precepts, that also require someone have the lineage and preserve the lineage, living in the practice. Then someone carry the qualification, especially those of the 10 qualifications which are described by the Maitreya in the Mahayana Sutra. Everything is complete intact within His Holiness. Due to that, we have the opportunity to practice Bodhisattva vows, Bodhisattva precepts, make our lives so meaningful. Within that moment, we receive the precept, as there are many benefits emphasized in many treatises, including by Shantideva, like Nagarjuna and Paramita Sutra, that just one benefit. The moment you have the Bodhisattva precepts, right there, oneself become worse from oneself become the best from the worst, or the worst turn to the best. Oneself become the celestial families of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Oneself become who carry the Bodhisattva's cause. You see, right that very moment brings immense purifications of our limitations, and instantly we accumulate direct cause for enlightenment. So all of these are the kindness of His Holiness himself, carry the perfect lineage of the Bodhisattva. Now, as mentioned in the Vinaya Sutra, the existence of the Buddha Dharma dependent on the existence of the Vinaya. the existence of the Vinaya dependent on the existence of the Sangha, who preserve the Vinaya precepts. Now again, if His Holiness is not there, if he didn't, uphold the Vinaya precept, the entirety of the precepts himself throughout his life, that guru will not have the lineage to pass down if that guru is not a Sangha. So because of himself, whole life observing pure Vinaya precepts, he carries that lineage and he carries the 10 Vinaya qualities to pass the Vinaya precept to the practitioners. So, so from that point of view, not only immeasurable kindness in preserving the Dharma in the world, in his own representation, but he also transferred the transmission within us, especially those of the Sanghas, those of the preordained Sanghas, Getsuls, Gelongs, very much, transmit to make yourself the great preserver of the Dharma in this world. What can be more fortunate than that? And that is due to the kindness of His Holiness, you see. And if His Holiness didn't bless rest of our lineage gurus to reach out to around the world, in all corners of the world, many of us won't be in the position that what we have today, tasting the complete nectar of the Dharma. It is very much, through His Holiness altruistic vision to offer the Dharma nectar to whoever carries the the karmic potential. Must they must deliver. It must deliver to them. So that's the whole these blessings comes from His Holiness. So therefore, our life is in relation to this. One of the most fortunate life. The life living the living Charisik as a guru among us. Not every human life has that opportunity. Even those of the Buddhist practitioners since 2000 years up to now, not everybody has that fortune, but we have that merits, and that is something that we should really rejoice, acknowledge and rejoice in those great merits of His Holiness Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, and then our own merits. So then now, our immediate lineage guru, like such as Lama Zopa Rinpoche, Lama Yeshe, and especially here, many of us here may encounter Buddhism, sometime after 1984, and many of us meet the Dharma directly or indirectly through the APM, the organization that Lama Yeshe, Lama Zopa Rinpoche have established, not only in India, Nepal, but almost every corner of the world. One of the largest, Mayani community 160 over Dharma centers around the world. I can't remember exactly, but maybe 50 or 60 over in 50 or 60 over countries. I just completed a teaching tour in Spain, one country. It took about even spent 2 days or 3 days in one center. It took about one and a half month to, just move on nonstop, but it still took so many days. There's I think, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, I think a lot of centers just in one country, almost every city. That goes similar, like in any part of the world, like America, Australia, Southeast Asia, every European countries, make it so convenient, almost like right in front of your door. There's a Dharma celestial where you can easily enjoy the Dharma nectar, and not only set up a center, but set up a center where there's access to qualified teachers and Sangha communities, and abundance of the Dharma materials. When you think about it, it's like so rich, so generous of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. I mean, unbelievable generous, especially generosity of the Dharma, and even the material form. The setting up of the center is not easy. Like a Tushita meditation center. Every time you go there, it's like all the time it's packed with devotees or with spiritual seekers taking courses almost it seems like every month, unless during some of the the weather difficult season, you may not have courses, but otherwise all the time there's a courses, and all the time 50, 60, a few hundreds, how many years since almost 50 years, that much service. Can you imagine how many individuals lead to the path of enlightenment, plant the seed of enlightenment? I mean, what can be greater gift than that? Planting the seed of enlightenment, such as offering refuge, any of the precepts, or even just introducing, the entry to the Dharma. You plant the seed of enlightenment. The teaching that which share in under the Rinpoche's mandala, the main root text is Lamrim. So whichever subject that you manage to introduce to anybody, it can be just a refuge, it can be just karma, it can be Four Noble Truth, it can be bodhicitta, it can be emptiness, it can be tantra, it can be whatever, true truth, or any introduction to Lamrim. You plant the seed to enlightenment, direct to enlightenment, directly to enlightenment. Like such as the teaching within the Lamrim, even the small capable beings teaching, it is one individual's gradual path to enlightenment. It's not like any normal just teachings of small capable being. The teaching in relation to Lamrim is every single wisdom there, every single teaching there is a gradual path to enlightenment. From other contexts, if you teach the teachings on refuge, that could be just for just to achieve higher rebirth of human god and demigod by renouncing the three lower realms. Maybe that could be, maybe the ultimate goal could be just that, or even happen to share the teaching in relation to middle capable beings path, like such as traveling or interdependent, existing Four Noble Truth. The introduction may not be intention for enlightenment. It could be just liberation. But Lamrim-wise, as long as your root text, your base teaching is Lamrim, then even you're just talking about just karma, talking about just the refuge, talking about just the true truth. It is directly, leading to the most perfected liberation, the full enlightenment. So that's why it's called, it's in Tibetan, Gangsa Chik Sangyewe Rimba. Gangsa Chik, one individual's, gradual path to enlightenment. So that's why Lamrim is so special, so precious. The intention, the motivation of Lama Tsongkhapa, this, composing Lamrim is for enlightenment, even for that small capable beings, practitioner, So all this benefit that you offer even to one person is far more greater merit, far more greater benefit than the entire universe filled with a diamond and offer as a gift to that individual. There's nothing. The merit out of planting the seed of enlightenment from Lamrim is numberless times greater than that. There are so many reasons for that, you see. So all these are the blessings of Lama Yeshe and Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche. You see, in the very initial stage, after the great masters from Tibet flee to India, very much, at least from the Gelug tradition, at least from the Lamrim tradition, I think I can say this. If I got a mistake, then it is just totally due to my own ignorant, not having brought knowledge about who else went to offer the Dharma to the West. But through what I understood is Lama Yeshe and Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche are the first one, who traveled to the West to bring Lamrim. What Lama Yeshe taught, what Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche taught from the very first day is Lamrim. From the very first day, it taught the complete path. From the very first day, it taught the teaching that leading to full enlightenment, not just higher rebirth, not just liberation, but full enlightenment. Then from each visits or from each, the courses, Lamrim courses that Lama Yeshe, Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche lead in Kopan, then various Dharma centers, grow around the world. And those are blessed, consecrated, and nurtured by this true precious Guru. Again, with a complete Dharma learning, and that also extensive learning, rigorous learning. That's why in APMD Center, there are more learning than ritual. There are many Dharma centers whose main focus is ritual. But the APMD centers' main focus, you can see. Whatever I talk here, I'm not representing any, APMD office, I'm just talking from my own understanding, my own experience, my own belief, through directly witnessing what's happening, because I got the fortune to travel almost most of the centers around the world. That's what I see, rigorous learning and complete learning of the entire Buddha's teaching, Sutra and Tantra. That is not always the case with all the Dharma center that exists around the world. One of the reasons is these two lamas, they themselves carry the perfect qualities of the Vajra Guru. as I mentioned in relation to his holiness before, the perfect 10 qualities of the Vajra Guru, so that the student have the um, opportunity to get any levels of initiations that they need. If we don't have the fortune to have such qualified Vajra Guru, then we have to look for somewhere else, which will be limitation. But in relation to being a student of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, we had the fortune of that. Then complete those 10 qualities of the Bodhisattva, and complete the 10 qualities of the Vinaya. You see, many of us witnessed the life of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. We have spent quite many days or months or many years if you like combine all the time together throughout Rinpoche's life, and since you met Rinpoche, in his retreats, in his teachings, in his activities, in his projects. We have heard so much about Bodhisattva. The description that when we, maybe most of us have learned Bodhisattva Avadacharya, they emphasize how Bodhisattva should be. But then we don't have, at least I don't have a merit to witness in a physical form how Bodhisattva Cheresic is. We hear the quality in the teaching, but I don't have the karma to see the witness, the physical existence, the human existence of the Bodhisattva. Of course, it's only the Lama I mentioned, but the other Bodhisattvas, other than that, very, very difficult. Like the Tara herself, like, manifesting, like a Cheresi manifesting, so he's on the Lama, it's not easy to relate through our ordinary mind, that seeing the entire Bodhisattva quality in the human form is not easy. But when you relate to Lama Zopa Rinpoche, even the first timer, maybe first time seeing, just that moment, he first time witnessing Rinpoche's way of life, is something that you will be, a heart touch of immeasurable compassion, immeasurable love, unconditional compassion, unconditional love, unconditional kindness, unconditional empathy, of his time to you, of his wisdom, of his present. Unbelievable. We can confidently say that we have witnessed, Bodhisattva in real life through our own ordinary mind, that we got a chance to experience witnessing Bodhisattva lively in human form, through the Lama Zopa Rinpoche's life. So all these are unbelievable blessings that reveal and offer to the world. You see, so all this, the benefit that serve to the preservation through extensive learning and practices, through the Lama Tsongkhapa's teaching, Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, Lama Yeshe have really offered one of the most extensive, during this era, during this time, when the complete, Nalanda tradition of Buddhism after return from Tibet, even to India, then especially travel to the West. These two Lama have served unbelievably, which the impact is still, lively after today. And without doubt, it will carry on uh, uh, as long as their vision, and Lama Yeshe, Kyabchen Lama Zopa Rinpoche, their visions are enlightened vision. Its impact is to last as long as sentient being lasts in the samsara. As long as sentient being is there, even one sentient being in samsara, the legacy of Lamrim, legacy of this complete Dharma, throughout the world will last. So all these are the great, enlightened qualities of these masters. So yeah, so especially to the West, most of us, understand how important and how favorable of, connecting to a qualified teacher. In the initial time, very much, the qualified teacher in relation to the Gelug tradition very much comes through APMD centers. The teachers are examined by Lama Yeshe, Kyabchen Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and throughout our life, until Rinpoche was alive, Rinpoche himself examined all those teachers, the Sendu Dharma centers. And because of that, we get to meet valid lineage, qualified in knowledge, those of great teachers. Even though many of us, taking refuge from different teachers, taking initiation from different teachers, may not necessarily directly taken from Kyabchen Lama Zopa Rinpoche, but if you trace back where these benefits are coming from, whether it's to do with the visiting teachers, resident teachers, whether it's Himalayan or Tibetan, Geshes, Rinpoches, or whether it's Western Sangha and lay teachers, when you trace back, it's actually, it comes from, Lama Zopa Rinpoche's kindness. It's like the river, that if you trace back to the snow mountain, if you trace back, which is something very important, I think, to remember, especially we are real Dharma practitioner, real spiritual seeker. And if we don't know how to link the lineage gurus, then it becomes obstacle to the spiritual blessing of realizations. So that's why when we do sadhana practices, or Jorche, Lama Chopa, Guru Yoga, most of the pages is all about meditation on the lineage gurus, mentioning of the name of the lineage gurus. So lineage gurus are, most important. Most important. Of course, the root guru is most important, but the lineage guru is no less important than that. If you miss one of them, you have a kind of like a void, kind of break chain there, So you see, so therefore, thinking about it, I think we can agree for most of us, majority of us, if not 100%, the root lineage we can trace back to Kyabchen Lama Zopa Rinpoche, then to His Holiness Dalai Lama, and for Lama Yeshe and Kyabchen Lama Zopa Rinpoche, to have the motivation and endurance to carry out entire of their life, investing the preserving Dharma in the entire world, especially in the Western world, is very much under the blessing of His Holiness Dalai Lama. These two Lama, without His Holiness Dalai Lama's blessing, they won't do anything. You must have heard many times. Geshe Lama Zopa Rinpoche is one of the most important, one of the main legacy is to fulfill His Holiness wishes. Whatever he does is to serve His Holiness wishes, to fulfill His Holiness wishes. So even bringing Dharma to the West and taking us all as his spiritual disciples, spiritual children, the blessing comes from His Holiness. His Holiness blessed him to do that. That's why he managed to do that. So, so even those of the immediate teachers to whom you are learning from, when you trace the root, very much you can trace all the way to His Holiness, to Lama Zopa, like that, you see. So from that point of view, I think we are so fortunate because Geshe Lama Zopa Rinpoche is not any label Lama, is, as I mentioned before, is a living Bodhisattva, is enlightened being. Maybe you may think that why I'm contradicting. You say one say enlightened being, but then living Bodhisattva. If you are Bodhisattva, then if someone shouldn't be enlightened. If someone is Buddha, then shouldn't be Bodhisattva. He's already enlightened, isn't it? But here, what I'm saying, he's enlightened, but he displayed the Bodhisattva's deeds, which is the tool that directly can communicate with us. Directly can initiate us, directly can transmit, offer transmission, directly can offer the vows, directly can have a consultation with him, So all these are the tools of the Buddha to benefit us. So that's the reason what I'm saying. So from that point of view, I think we are truly the most fortunate one, to have the lineage guru like Geshe Lama Zopa Rinpoche and His Holiness Dalai Lama. Unbelievable fortune. We can be the proudest. Then it is so like that, you see. Then Rinpoche not only display the scholarly, the preserving the knowledge of the three baskets, but he uphold, as I mentioned to His Holiness about His Holiness before, uphold the three higher trainings in a highest standard, and those three precepts. How fortunate is getting rarer and rarer in our time to have a guru who carry all the three precepts. It's not easy. There may be so many individuals wish to maybe get ordained. Now I hear a lot when I go around the Western world. There are so many even youngsters. So many girls and boys. They say, I wish to become monk. I wish to become nun. There are so many. But if you really want to wish to become a nun and monk, you need a guru who uphold the Vinaya precepts. Otherwise, there's no lineage to receive that. And I think there will be more and more in future time, more and more Westerners, more and more the lay practitioners of today, they want to renounce the lay life and they want to dedicate Sangha life. I think there will be more and more. There are many great inspirations coming up from the Western world. Many great Geshes, Western great Geshes, then Geshe Mas, great learned and practitioner, Sanghas, who has the how to dedicate the rest of their life in strict retreat. In Spain, I went to pay respect to Venerable Jesus, Venerable Champa Shenben, who has been doing a strict retreat for many, many years. Few different places, some I think 8, 9 years, the current one is I think 3 years already. Then just before that, I think 4 or 5 years. So many, and his heart is completely settled for the rest of his life until his last breath in a complete absorption retreat. Unbelievable. Of course, as a lay person, you can do that also. But if you are Sangha, I think there's, even more convenient. There many things will make more convenient. Of course, lay person also you can do that. Milarepa is lay person, so if Milarepa can do, why not? No greater meditator than Milarepa, isn't it? But in today's time, even we shave the hair, we have a less busyness. If we just start to wear one color robes, one piece of robe all the time, you already kind of like have a less busyness. So then you have naturally you kind of like put you in the position to dedicate more time in practice. And when you're a lay person, there will be more expectations from the community. When you're a monk and nun, beside uphold the vow, and study and practice, I think may not have much expectation from the monks and nuns. Usually shouldn't have much expectation than them study and practice and uphold the vows, isn't it? But as a lay person, and then there will be a lot of expectations. If you are so anyway, yeah. So you see, so yeah. So therefore, someone like Guru, like Rinpoche, who uphold all these three vows, that itself is one of the kindest quality that we can reflect on. Yeah. Then. Yeah, something like that. Of course, Rinpoche's qualities, enlightened qualities, it is immeasurable qualities. No way, have enough words or able to, apprehend in our ordinary mind. So just a brief idea, about Rinpoche's qualities. All the qualities of the Bodhisattva is there. Someone that you want to find the entirety of his life, from the young child up to his last breath, in such an old age, completely renounce about service to self and totality dedications of every single moment, every single pause, of his body, every single, thoughts, completely in dedications for the well-being of numberless sentient beings. Start from the students, the numberless sentient, which we directly can witness from Lama Zopa Rinpoche. He will not miss even one single ant. I used to share this story. Some of you already heard many times. On top of the initial small old gomba, later they build one wooden story, the house for Rinpoche. Then the floor is wooden plank. And I was assigned as a keeper of that house. So I need to do the water bowl offerings, need to do the Zambala. There's about 108 small Zambala statue to offer the Zambala water, dedicating for the benefit of the entire the centers, the projects, all the students. Every day have to do that. Then of course in Rinpoche's room, the water bowls is like every space there, should be offer water bowls. Many water bowls. Then so those times Rinpoche returned to Kopan mostly in November for the November course. Sometime over 1 month, sometime about 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And there's a very strange thing happens every year. About a week before Rinpoche arrived, entire his room will be filled with ants. It's unstoppable. But rest of the time, there's no ants at all. Of course, like we try to clean away, and then also how many while cleaning, how many have killed. But we try to clean away, but no way. And by the time Rinpoche comes, of course, we won't be able to clean up. And we will at least not use those chemicals. We will always use the broom to take out. And the moment Rinpoche arrived, the first thing he noticed in the room is the ants. And then the first year, so he asked me to go and get a quality samba, very good quality, not ordinary samba, good quality. Then has to put a good quality butter, abundance of butter, abundance of sugar, and milk, like 3 white and 3 sweets, but a lot of butter. So, and it's a big basin, it's not just small ball, like the big basin. So you need to make this food for the ants. And he will stuff this food under his pillow. Rinpoche, of course, he don't sleep. And it is quite interesting that exactly the space where he sit, there's no ants. Then there's another corner where visitors come. There's a 2-person can sit at the another corner. There's one small, sitting on the floor with a carpet. And Rinpoche, of course, receive visitors. Right there, the ants are not there. Then, of course, that just tiny walking space, the ants, they have their own rules. They don't just go everywhere, but they give a space for us to move around. So Rinpoche will stuff all this food under his pillow, and we usually put one blanket at the food area. He stuff all the food underneath. Then entire area, entire hole, wherever the hole, in the toilet, outside, everywhere. So, by the evening or the next day, they not only numberless ants are there, uncountable kind of ants there. They already even have so much eggs. I don't know, the white eggs, but the ants are not the big one, very tiny one. Throughout Rinpoche stayed in this house. Always, every day you need to feed, and they eat so much. They finish the food so much, so you have to make. So when Rinpoche leave, he say, make sure you continue to feed them. Every single day you need to feed them. Surprisingly, about 1 week, Rinpoche leave, entire ant disappeared. Entire ants just go away. So I try to think, I never really found answer why like that, because I only perceive as ant. But just recently, I did share this story, and suddenly came in my mind, no, these ants are not ants. I think these ants, has to be Dakinis. I think Daka and Dakinis who came to listen teachings. Because Rinpoche recited so much of mantra, and of course, whoever Rinpoche meet there, he give teachings. And that time Rinpoche does church practice. He invite lamas like Lama Zopa, like Lama Kuncho, and some senior geshes or practitioner who don't know how to do church and self-initiation. There will be a lot of things happening in that room. So I think this ends, maybe not the ends, but there are many examples. Dhaka Dakinis comes in the different form. They don't comes in the real celestial form, like Cave of Dove, the Milarepas, where he taught the teaching, but the Dhaka Dakinis came in the form of pigeon. So there are many. Some protectors even come in the form of birds, like crow, etc. So I think these ants must be Dhaka Dakinis. In any way, after 1 week, the ants disappear. Of course, we have to follow Rinpoche's advice. We keep feeding them. Even you put the food, after 1 week, no more. And next year, Rinpoche don't come every time the same dates. It's about 1 week to 10 days, the room will be filled with ants. So it has been going like that until quite a number of years, until the old Gomba was demolished, then build a new Gomba. So it happened like that. So so you see, I'm trying to say that his heart is every moment, for rest of the numberless sentient beings. He will not spare even one ants without benefiting them. Then there's also another story. I think it's already 9:30, so there's a long story. One time we went to Laudo, so that time I was just attendant, so Venerable Roger and myself, just two of us. So that is, I think sometime end of November course, so Venerable Roger didn't, he has a meeting. So I went with Rinpoche. So we went up to Laudo. So anyway, then we did about 1 week in Yungne with the Tamil nuns. Then after that, we walked down. So the journey is supposed to, within 1 day, you walk down morning, then you're supposed to reach Lugla by evening. But that journey, we took 3 days and 3 nights. So there's a long story, but just to make a short, to just to give an idea what I mean, that he won't give up even one single sentient being. It comes in his way, will benefit, generosity of material gift, generosity of dharma. Next day we're supposed to catch a flight from Lukla, but then Rinpoche suddenly remember that he need to give oral transmission of Nyungne, which was requested by this nuns community a long time ago. And he suddenly remember after the last session of Nyungne, he started to give oral transmission. Of course, then Rinpoche started, before giving the oral transmission, he give entire Lamrim teaching, and which already need to skip the lunch, and went on and on until I think four something. Then after that, then when he read the text, of course, he finished within half an hour or 1 hour, finished the order transmission. So then after that, we left. Of course, we will lead some, there are about 10, 15 of Interraj, they will lead the road. But after 1 or 2 steps, Rinpoche says, wait, he want to lead the road. But it's already kind of like bit dark because it's high in the mountain, the clouds, and drizzling. So while we are walking, every step Rinpoche stop, and Rinpoche stop and sit there, and he start to chant mantras. Then because the road is very narrow, so don't know what is happening in front, but because he saw a frog. So then he was chanting all these mantras. So it took about half an hour just for one frog. We are living around 5 something, so already, like 5:30, etc. So of course, everybody will tell Rinpoche, it's getting late, we need to reach. We're supposed to be in Lukla by now, but we are not even like started our journey, So he would say, okay, very quick, but he will make sure he spend whatever amount of time he needs. Then every now and then what do you see? He saw ant. Then eventually, every frogs, there are so many frogs. Then even in the drizzling, there's some ants are quarreling. Every ant, every frog at least about half an hour with all the mantra. Then eventually he started to teach Lamrim teaching. He's facing, because he was first, so he's facing to the frogs, and he's also, because there's so many people behind, maybe he's also teaching to us. But most of us were very, very tired, because 1 week non-stop Nyungne, and now, without proper meal, and we are traveling in the evening, and so cold, and eventually many of us, we just try to we carry a small backpack, and we try to find the juniper, the bush, just to lie down, and at least half an hour we take a break, because Rinpoche is not going to let go of that blessing, this frogs, etc. So anyway, and some of you have been to Laudo. From Laudo to Namje Bazaar is not that far. We leave around 5 o'clock, and we reach Namje Bazaar morning 3 o'clock. But before getting to the town, there's one big rock which got a lot of mantra, and he saw that, and he says, we're going to do Lama Zopa here, the extensive one. You're going to do Lama Zopa there, and before that there are some small stupas, and which will he already started to do prostration with all the ropes are already mud, and go circumambulation, at least few rounds of circumambulation, like that. Then when we reach there, we start to do Lama Zopa. Then of course there's one of the monk want to lead the Lama Zopa, and after he led, immediately Rinpoche stop him and say he's going to lead the Lama Zopa. So each word he meditate. Each line he meditated. He say one line, he meditate. And there's one Sirindubu, there's one senior monk who used to live helping Rinpoche's sister or something there. So he's usually regarded very funny monk. So he used to, because this monk been traveling at least 3 times from Lauto to Lukla. Because one of the journey that Rinpoche is making is to bless the stupa that Rinpoche asked him to build at Lukla, near the city, the Lukla. So he went to prepare, but Rinpoche is never coming, so he come back. Well, I think he's very fast. He's very fast working. So then again he went down. He's, I think, already 2-3 times of coming up and down. So he's so tired, but at the same time, I think he is so inspired. How can Rinpoche like day and night, completely only serving the Dharma, only serving the sentient being. So he must be so hard touched, but at the same time, I think physically he must be so exhausted. So since he's quite a funny monk, so he sit right in front of Rinpoche like this. Rinpoche is here, he sit like this. So then, whenever Rinpoche go into meditation, he wake up by shouting loud, telling Rinpoche to continue the next line, But the way he shout is, he put his palm together and said, Rinpoche, kyapsu chewo. And said, Rinpoche, it's kind of like, I go for refuge in you. But make it so loud sound. So we can feel it that he's not bearing how tired his body is, but at the same time, his mind is how inspired. So these two are kind of like very hard to manage it. And Rinpoche is like every line spending until he let Rinpoche to continue the next line. Otherwise, Rinpoche won't go like that. So this is from 3 o'clock until sunrise. The puja went on until sunrise. So anyway, like that. So then the next morning, again, the long story short. So one story. All the people at the road, everybody holding, the copper or the brass plate with some barley, then some salt. Actually, they're requesting Rinpoche to bless their house. So Rinpoche, whoever there, Rinpoche went into each of the house, and everybody, they have an altar. Everybody's house, in Sherpas, they have an altar. So the moment he see the altar, he do. First, he makes some teaching, then 35 Buddha's prostration. Can you imagine how long it will take? Then after that, he make teaching. After that, he do consecration. We took whole day in that street, just that street, visiting each house. We didn't manage to get out of the street from morning to night. And then maybe sometime around, I don't know, 6 or 7 o'clock. So people, and so there's one family, they say they want to offer a horse for Rinpoche to ride. Of course, Rinpoche will never ride horse. But so these people think that he must be very tired. No, at least anyway, he's not going to stop. He's going to go. So we hope that he will ride horse. So they offer the horse, and Rinpoche accept the horse. And Rinpoche assigned one of the interaction. Make sure you chant mantra. You have to bring the horse together. You have to chant mantra, and you have to chant very loud. So we have another member traveling, and I think those of you went to that region after Namje Bazaar. Then there's quite a tough route, until reach to the river. There it's quite tough routes. So there's one monk, he was like chanting so loud, and the horse is now another member coming down. So anyway, like that. So my point is, I mean, you can just go on and on. You see, any sentient being, whether it's human, whether it's an animal, whether even just an insect, he gives his full time, and only because we force him to move on. Otherwise, I think he will just stay until that. Maybe the end start to speak and say, okay, now it's enough. I got everything, maybe he won't leave. So anyway, but really like completely, because most of the time he will close his eye and just even the ants is already gone far away also, he's still praying for the ants, So anyway, can you imagine? I think only Bodhisattva would do that, isn't it? Maybe even someone want to act like Bodhisattva, maybe you may do 1 day, 2 day, maybe okay, give 1 week. After that, you will find a bit too much, isn't it? This is every single day, and throughout the year, 365 days, So he has this nature since young, since young. I heard sometimes, Lama Yeshe has to kind of like make it a very loud sound. It's like, come on, let's quick, like that's why Rinpoche will be stuck with helping sentient being, But then, and I think Lama Yeshe is very punctual, So anyway, so you see, then, and that also in 24 hours. 24 hours, like that, you see. So from his side, there's no bias, even you are a student of him or not, you know him, don't know, of course the attendants have to control, otherwise, I mean, it will be too much, isn't it? Maybe Rinpoche is not maybe not tired, but all the attendants will be tired, isn't it? We are human beings, so we have to stop for our benefit. So otherwise, like Rinpoche will go on for 24 hours, day after day, like that. I had a fortune to travel with Rinpoche about 3 years, and especially my duty was duty in the night. So even though your duty in the night, in the daytime, you also won't able to get chance to sleep. They will be so busy, and then the entire night also completely occupied, busy. Rinpoche will be, even nobody seeing. Rinpoche receives so many people requesting prayers because they are sick, they are in trouble. And this center is going into trouble. This student is going into trouble. Someone passed away. And where Rinpoche performed the pujas is like the really, really serious traditional way. Not just like simplified one, So most of those, he will do that at night when everybody goes to bed, then Rinpoche start to do all these practices to help, and hundreds and hundreds of students, and how many people, most of the time, we request his help, pray, for good health or whatever. So Rinpoche will perform all those benefits like that, you see. So then when it comes to the Dharma nectar, most of you have got opportunity to receive teachings from Rinpoche. From Rinpoche's side, there's no pause. We know that, no pause. If we don't request him to stop, and also the request is maybe 10 times, 20 times, if you don't put the request to him to stop, he will go on and on 24 hours, day after day, in one place, I think, stay put. That used to be in the past like that. Even later, when Rinpoche was going through some health challenges, the environment we have to request him to stop. Otherwise, he's not stopping. He will go on and on like that. You see, this is a concern of this sentient beings' well-being. Or temporary happiness, also ultimate happiness, or enlightenment in particularly. Dharma is the only solution to overcome the samsara. And samsara is most painful, suffering. And without the Dharma, no medicine can able to, cure, So Rinpoche would do that. Even the day before Rinpoche passed away, I was there. Rinpoche was full-time giving teaching. Even we say Rinpoche need to rest, even we say, oh, people are not there, even one person, he teach. It's like that, you see. So then when it comes to preserving the Dharma through holy object, I think Lama Zopa Rinpoche is one of the Lama, or one of the organization, I think, actualize the largest number of holy objects around the world. Just think of the stupas, just think of the statues. Even just think of the statues, sculptures, stupas within the 160 centers. And the students, many students, they've got lifetime practice. The lifetime practices are, Rinpoche's lifetime practice advice are not one lifetime. I think most is like quite a number of lifetime practice, you see, in such a way, it's extraordinary. There's, I don't really see even unbelievable, beings out there, but really Rinpoche is really, truly, truly rare, Then when it comes to teaching, when we say the deeds of the Buddhas, the greatest deed is the deeds of the teaching. And there may be many deeds through body, speech, and mind. The greatest deed is deeds of teaching the Dharma, revealing the Dharma. Now, if those teachings, if you compile together, the way Rinpoche taught, I think one teaching event in one center, I think you can have this much thick books, volumes. I think there will be thousands of volumes. Like when we relate to Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, one of the greatest deeds of the Buddha is turning the wheel of Dharma. And the turning wheel of Dharma coming into this 100 over volumes of Kanjur. When we talk about the greatness of the great Indian masters, first thing when we relate to their teaching compositions of 200 over volumes of Tenjur. And whenever we relate to this great Tibetan masters, we relate to their compositions. Like Lama Tsongkhapa, 18 greatest treatises. Lama Tsongkhapa, remember from that, he's one of the greatest deeds. So when we relate to Lama Zopa Rinpoche, can you imagine how many recordings that are archived there? Almost every conversation with even one individual, even while having a meal, is a profound Lamrim teaching. It's extraordinary, unbelievable, really, really, So I think for us to have a connection, even here, even in case if any of you haven't met Rinpoche in person, it's okay. It's okay. As long as you learn about Rinpoche's life, as long as able to take Rinpoche as an inspiration to your spiritual practice and try to gain even the fracture of his qualities. That should be our kind of aim for our spiritual realization. That way he become your guru. Like Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, I always give example. Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, we didn't have the fortune to meet him in person, isn't it? Didn't have a merit to receive his teaching directly. But Guru Shakyamuni Buddha is our root guru. Any Buddhist root guru is Shakyamuni Buddha, because he being the inspiration, his teaching, his example is the direct antidote to subdue our self-grasping, self-cherishing mind. Is a direct medicine, direct wisdom to awaken our conventional and ultimate Buddha nature. That's the way that you count who is our guru, isn't it? So therefore, even anybody who have not met Rinpoche, you still learn about his life. Just even one fracture of his life, that's it. You will directly able to see Bodhisattva in ordinary form, completely, benefiting us. So we are so fortunate, unbelievably fortunate. Really, really. It's not because of he's my guru. I'm saying this is everyone's word. If people don't know him, they just simply talk, then of course you don't know, like Devadatta, don't know Buddha, even stay around Buddha, criticize Buddha, then that's their karma. But if you really, with the open mind, you know even one fracture qualities of the, like Captain Lama Zopa Rinpoche, then there's no doubt that you will be inspired and you will immediately take is one of your major inspirational figure that will directly cause our Buddha nature to grow. You see, that's my experience, that's my understanding. So I think I'm taking so much of your time, so maybe I better conclude here. So so dedication, rejoice. So we rejoice this unbelievable marriage of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha and Lama Tsongkhapa, all the great Indian pandits, the lineage of the extensive Dharma, profound Dharma, then all the lineage gurus, like such as Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, Lama Yeshe, all your other spiritual gurus, all the merit that accumulated in the past, in the present and future, by yourself, all the sentient being, then dedicate just like how Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche would dedicate. So maybe I thought to follow the so before we do dedication, I will recite the sweep return prayer one time, okay? So I'll recite in Tibetan. So so remember, complete living embodiment of Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, which is oneness with your heart. Then requesting to reveal that Dharmakaya, in the form of Nirmanakaya aspect, to carry Kyabje Rinpoche's enlightened legacy, if not more than him, or just like him, just like how he lived his life, just like Rinpoche, the way how he speak, the way how he teach, the way how he wear the robes, the way how he communicate, just like that. If Rinpoche wish to express more enlightened quality than that, of course, but even just that, to reveal that Dharmakaya into that Nirmanakaya form, to carry the legacy in the service of Dharma, then in the service of sentient being. Dame Dumba Jase Nyeran So Losan Jawa Yapse Gyubranch Ramjan Shinji Jabyu Malu Be Dende Mumba Drube Gele So Yonzo Zobe Tupde Rinpoche Shedan Drube Zinjin Pewal Naya Mishun Sebe Goja Se Sume Juzu Lama Sowan Pende Malu Chunwe Goji Po Jave Denda Manju Drowa Tela jidu zunba zebe muro loburo shiwa shide yire pa. Wendang chosun jazu chin laba dang jase namje tuje labo wach. Lume denbe yangzhu sangwe zu. Kaisan duje wangdu nyu she sho. Dame dunba jase nyera so. Losan jawa yase jubraj. Ramjan Shinji Jabyo Malu Be Dende Mamba Drube Gelezo Yonzo Zobe Tupden Rinpoche Shedan Drube Zinjin Pewala Namya Mishu Sube Goja Zen Sume Juzu Lama Sowande Pende Malu Junwe Goji Bo Jave Denda Manju Dowai Tela Jido Zumba Zebe Mo Lubu Shiva Shede Yireba Wenda Chuzon Jazu Chin Lavanda Jase Namje Tuje Laboch Lume Dembe Yangdu Sabe Zung Gazan Duje Bad Yun She Sho. Yeah, then we dedicate the extensive dedication in the APMD retreat prayer book, which is Rinpoche, himself guide and compile. So first is dedicated in Bodhicitta. May the merit be caused or numberless sentient beings, to actualize the benefit of enlightenment. So may the precious supreme Bodhicitta not yet born arise. May the arise and not decline, but increase more and more. Then after that, Lama Zopa Rinpoche there's many extensive versions of the dedication prayer, but one common one is, he said, due to all the past, present, future merit collected by me and all the merits of the 3 times collected by numberless Buddhas and numberless sentient beings, may bodhicitta be generated in the heart of all the sentient beings of the 6th realm, and especially in the hearts of everybody in this world, including all the students, center benefactors, and volunteers in the APMD organization. May it be generated in the hearts of all those who rely upon me, all those for whom I have promised to pray, and all those whose name have been given to me. May it be generated in my heart and in the heart of all my family members, those who are living and those who have died. May the bodhicitta that has already been generated increase. And of course, we are dedicating especially the merit accumulated throughout these 15 days of the Buddha's miracle auspicious merit multiplying month, Chutu Tejin. Especially this year, His Holiness Dalai Lama reaching the 90 years of birthday celebration. There's so many great prayer festivals are organized during this period around the world, and especially in Nepal, India, those of the great monasteries. Right this very moment, like in Kopan Monastery, Rinpoche's own monastery. And then those of the merit accumulated, through Tushita Meditation Center, which organize extensive Dharma events, throughout these 15 days. All this, dedicate together with the rest of the merits. Then dedicate in emptiness. So just realizing bodhicitta is not good enough. Without the wisdom of emptiness, won't able to eradicate the defilements. So therefore, the dedications of emptiness. Then after that, dedications of 2 stages of the path. Since we have the potential to achieve enlightenment within one very lifetime, including, as I mentioned before, Buddha have taught the Anuttara Yoga Tantra, which, conditionally there are paths that we can adopt. So therefore, by dedicating the merit to actualize the 2 stages of the path, we'll clear obstacles, actualize all the conditions to fulfill that purpose. May the precious view of emptiness not yet born arise. May that arising not decline, but increase more and more. Then samsara and nirvana lack even atom of inherent existence, and the cause and effect and dependent arising are unbetraying. I seek your blessing to discern the meaning of Nagarjuna's thought, that these two are mutually complementary and not contradictory, realizing the two stages of the Tantra. May the precious realizations of the true stages not yet born arise. May the rise not decline, but increase more and more. Then we dedicate this collective merit for the long life of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and all the spiritual gurus and yourself, your family members, who are source of peace and happiness in the world. So important for them to have a good health, a long life, and all the resources. In the land encircled by the snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All powerful channels, Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara end. Then we should dedicate all His Holiness holy wishes to be fulfilled. If that is fulfilled, then world peace will be actualized. The complete Buddha's teaching will be enjoyed by the rest of the numberless sentient beings. Savor of the land of snow teaching and transmigratory being who extensively clarify the path, the unified emptiness and compassion. To the lotus holder, Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Then, His Holiness aspiration, the wishes to return to Tibet, and return to visit also to China. There be, billions and billions of potentials that who will then have the opportunity to, receive Dharma nectar directly from the compassionate Buddha himself. In short, may the good fruit of the any extensive prayers to be fully protect the land of snow made by the powerful saver Chenrezig in the presence of the Buddha and their son appears soon here and now. By the interdependence of the profound suchness of the appearance and emptiness, by the power of the three sublime ones, compassion and the force of true words, by the power of the truth of the infinite action and result, may these prayers of the truth be fulfilled soon without obstacle. So they dedicate this collective merit to overcome anyone who passed away, especially in the last 49 days, especially those who pass away in the war zone, those who pass away in untimely death, those who pass away even natural death, but pass away with so much suffering. May they be suffering, free from suffering of death, suffering limited state, suffering of rebirth, and actualize higher rebirth in Buddha's pure realm, and within that very lifetime, actualize enlightenment accordingly. And also dedicate whatever inconvenience that world is experiencing, such as war, natural disaster, health crisis, economic, relationship, emotional, whatever inconvenience they may be, overcome without delay even a moment. Where may the world be a peaceful place to live. May each and every single sentient being only abide virtuous peace and happiness and enlightenment accordingly. Also dedicate, may this collective merit be complete cause. All the virtuous institutions, like all the monasteries, nunneries, all the Dharma center, in particularly Tushita Meditation Center, free from inner outer cellular obstacles, actualize all the conducive conditions to preserve that extensive learning and actualize realization on the stages of the path. Then also dedicate for the clearing inner outer obstacle to the preservation of the complete teachings of the Lama Zopa's teaching, and flourish through great preservation in extensive learning as well as realization on the stages of path accordingly. by the force of the victorious one Tsongkhapa, acting as our direct Maya and a virtuous friend in all our lives, may we never turn away for even a second from the pure path highly admired by the victorious one. Dedicate just like the perfect Maya and Guru, like Lama Tsongkhapa and Lama Zopa Rinpoche, never to be separated from entire, existence of life until we actualize state of full enlightenment. May we meet the teachings of the victorious one, Vosantapa, who had the morality of an eminently pure way of life, was courageous in the extensive conduct of the son of the victorious one, and accomplishing the yoga of the two stages, the supreme bliss and emptiness. Glorious Guru, whatever your body, retinue, lifespan, and realm, whatever your supreme and exalted name, may I and others become exactly like that. And we dedicate this collective merit. May we, in our best ability, rest of our life, able to serve in accordance with the teachings and the instructions of most precious lineage gurus like His Holiness and Dalai Lama, such as like Lama Zopa Rinpoche. So that way, our life going to be most meaningful, most beneficial to yourself, most beneficial to your family members, most beneficial to the rest of the numberless sentient beings and the world. By the force of the praises and the requests made to you, may all diseases and evil spirit, poverty and quarrel be calm, and may the Dharma and good fortune increase in the regions in which I and others dwell. Then dedicate, may this collective merit be complete cause, of course, within ourselves. No doubt there's never rise criticism to our Guru, seeing limitations in our Guru. Any Guru, even from a Guru whom that you taught the alphabet, no question about to the Guru from whom you receive initiations, you receive vows, oral transmissions, instructions. And may I have the mindfulness in every lifetime, never to have a harass, and only see Guru complete in Buddha, inseparable from Buddha, deities, and your own wisdom. We also dedicate this collective merit to anyone who have a harasses to their Guru, who are environment may cause them to harass to the Guru. Pacify, purify them without delay even a second. Because if you harass to the Guru, then that's the biggest obstacle to the realization on the stages of the path. May I not give rise to the heresy for even a second in the regard to the actions of the glorious Guru. May I see whatever actions are done as a pure. With this devotion, may I receive the Guru's blessing in my heart. Determined to obtain the greatest possibilities, benefit from all sentient beings who are more precious than wish-fulfilling jewel. I shall hold them most dear at all time. Like the wish-fulfilling jewel and wish-granting tree, may I fulfill the hopes of sentient beings without need for effort and exertion. May all be auspicious for me and accomplish their wishes. So then, in conclusion, we dedicate whatever merit that all of this merit we dedicate. Just like the Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, Bodhisattva Cherisi, Bodhisattva Manjushri, and like Lama Zopa Rinpoche, how they dedicate, we dedicate just like that. And also we dedicate, may I, we all should think like this, may I completely be in the service of the virtue Dharma and the sentient being. Whoever see me, whoever remember me, whoever hear me, whoever touch me, who even see the picture of me, whoever even hear my name, who praise me, who defame me, who even if cause my life, may I be only the cause of their temporary happiness after the ultimate happiness of enlightenment. Accordingly. May my days be auspicious, may nights be auspicious, may every single moment be auspicious in that way. Chomdende dejen jabada jumbayan daba zobe sanje namba nanze waje jabola cha salo chanju semba semba chimbo kundo sambola cha tayata om benzadiya awa budani so ha om duru duru zaya muje so tayata om benzadiya awa budani so ha om duru duru zaya muje so ha tayata om benzadiya awa budani so om duru duru zaya muje so ha chomdende dejen jabada jumbayan daba zobe sanje menjela biduya waje jabola cha 좀 내대 잡아다 좀 마yan다 봐 저배 산지 ngōda 몰라다 저라도 되게 잡어나 차세 뭐 so then now have a confident in understanding that whatever virtues we accumulate, whatever way that we dedicate, all that lies in the nature of interdependent rising, in the nature of emptiness. Then by the power of the nature of emptiness, by the power of the triple gem, by the power of your sincere heart making this dedication, without doubt, when the conditions are complete, all these dedications, immeasurable dedications will be fruition. Nothing will be wasted. Knowing that, then you understand how amazing my life has been, how fortunate, especially in this meritorious day, that having life and having this Dharma opportunity and some more to be able to dedicate in just extensive way. What can be more meaningful than that? And understood this is like one of the highlights of the life and feel so happy and rejoice again. And, heart filled with the courage, determination, diligence to carry on the Buddha's and Guru's blessing in us by embodying, by representing, by ambassadoring, individually, whatever talent one may have, whatever skill one may have, even just have the opportunity to just pray. Maybe there's no materially, physically that you may have the environment to fulfill and to serve the Guru's wishes. But here, that at least, my heart is always in the service of the Guru. Like his son, like Lama Zopa Rinpoche, like that. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I hope this briefly cover what I supposed to do. And I took, I think, 17 minutes of yours, my apology. And thank you very much. And take care.
Tashi Peki Jokjimi Dokram Rira Blingzini De Gyempadi Sangye Shindu Mi Devuani Drogun Namda Shingla Chupacho. May the perfect pure Guru's life belong, and his white actions flourish in the 10 directions. May the torch of the teachings of Losang Drakpa always remain, dispelling the darkness of the transmigratory beings of all 3 levels. Inam Guratna Mandala Kamnyayataya.
Okay, Tujiche, thank you.
Thank you so much, Geshe
Thank you.
La.
Take
This
care.
was like having Rinpoche with us. Thank you so much,
Take care.
Geshe La, for this moving session. Thank you, Rinpoche.
Tujiche.
Thank you, thank you.
Tujiche and Salina La for translating.
Thank you, Geshe La.
Bye.
And looking so much forward to having you with us very, very soon in May.
Yeah, see you in Dharamsala.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Geshe La.
Thank you. Take care. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye-bye. Night.
Thank you.
See you in Israel.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Sorry, it was a very moving session, wasn't it? So we have Venerable Robina coming up, closing the Days of Miracles program. It will be then 9 o'clock here in India. So it's coming up in 1 hour and 10 minutes. If you still have some energy for merit making, please join us. Thank you so much. See you very soon. Thank you, Venerable Silyana. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Kunso.